What's going on, everybody? Dogman Dan here. We're going to talk about the twin Grakatas. This one is going to take a while to put together, so basically we're just doing concepts of things that could potentially happen, why I am putting in several forma. And the reason that I'm going to kind of put this out there is so you can get some ideas of things that we can do. Like I said, it's going to take several forma. I mean, my Prisma Grakata and my regular Grakata took 4 forma before, so it's going to probably be about 3 to 4 depending upon how things work out on the twins. But take a look here quickly. You can see if we're looking at just the slash puncture and impact of the Prisma or the regular Grakata, we're at a 14.7, 18.4, 22 on those numbers. Okay, now if we just take that very similar and we put it in here, perspective of the twin Grakatas, we're looking at a 44, 56, and a 67, and I'm not adding the 120% mods in there. It's basically the same type of thing. Okay, so we all know this build from my setup video. So let's just kind of go in here and kind of look at some of the things that we can do with this. Okay, so as you can see, our numbers here are solidly increased. Let me just go and actually do this. So we start at 77.2 on impact, go up to 67.6 to a 56.4 to a 44, and that's just from adding in Hornet Strike, a max barrel diffusion, and a max lethal torrent. Okay, so we're getting 180% multi-shot in there, plus a 220% damage, already making this thing so much more crazy and OP than just the regular Grakatas are. If you see, we've got a pistol gambit on here right now at a 55% critical chance. Okay, and of course I've got this super crazy insane fire rate, so we're gonna need to run pistol ammo mutation, and we're gonna talk about how we do that here in a bit. But we still have 2 that are open, so let me just kind of go through some ideas here. In this instance, I'm not too concerned with the status chance of this build. I want to focus on the main damage. Probably this heat element is where I'm going to stay, and probably focus a bit on this critical chance, if you will. Okay, so in terms of things that we could do here, first let's go to the most important ones. What makes this thing insane? Well, you've got prime heated charge that you could max out into a slot if you wanted to, giving you that huge heat element. Okay, we're going to put primed pistol mutation on there. We will never run out of ammo with prime pistol mutation once you max that up. That's going to take a while. Okay, we're going to put prime pistol gambit on, and we're going to replace that with this, and that's going to bring us up, I don't remember what it says, 175% increase at max. So that's going to even raise our critical chance higher. Okay, and so now you've got 3 primed mods in here, and if you had been purchasing all these along the way, now you see what the point of these are, is to make the twin Grakatas insanely overpowered. Now, with that said, I have some ideas in my head of where I want to go with this. Firstly, we could go ahead and add like the 120 impact mod. That's going to make a difference, and we'll just take a look here. If we look at the impact being the highest number, if we put the 120 card in, now we just more or less double that to a 147 of impact. That's just crazy. That's crazy. Okay, so that may be something that I put in here if I want to add additional damage. If I want to add additional puncture damage, we're going to use the bore, and it's going to give us a really 123, which is a pretty decent in terms of damage as well. So I could put the pummel and the bore in there and have a straight up damage heavy weapon with the heat element, and I'm happy at a 55% critical chance. Okay, and we've got a solid build that way. Now, some other ideas that we can do is, and remember, we're going to have, let me just do this just to kind of keep it in everybody's heads. Okay, we're going to have that there, we're going to have that there, probably some forma in there. Okay, the main mod isn't really going to do enough for me to want to put it on there. I mean, yeah, it doubles it from 44 to 98, but it doesn't really throw it up there into the 100s, so I'm not going to worry about the main mod. Magnum Force, I'm not going to even touch Magnum Force because I don't want to lose what little bit of accuracy that I've already got on these things. I'm not even going to bother with that. I've got more than enough base in here, plus if I put the 120s. Okay, some ideas though. Remember, if we have this at 175% when it's maxed, and we add in creeping bullseye, okay, which could be maxed up, which is currently not maxed for me. Okay, now I'm going to add even more critical chance in here, and I'm going to lower that fire rate. By lowering that fire rate, as long as I can get that fire rate maybe even back to a 20, I'm going to be happy because I'm going to have crazy critical, and I'm going to have a fire rate that's manageable with my ammo. Okay, so maybe you get that concept there. I'm happy at the 20 or close to the 20, and so by bringing this up, I increase my critical chance even more, and actually what I'm going to do here to kind of give you some ideas just where I'm at. I'm hoping this is somewhat helpful to people. Okay, right now with just a 24% critical increase, I've got a 61% on here. So if you don't have primed pistol gambit and you had a regular pistol gambit and you max this out, you're going to get some crazy high critical chance as well. So you know, we're playing in with some deep numbers here and some crazy critical there. So you get that idea. We could go that way if you wanted to. Now you could even put in, let's say, the Seeker mod on here as the extra one that's left. You could put that in there. And now you've got your innate punch through on top of your damage, on top of your critical chance. So you can see where we're going to be. This one's going to take me a little while to really lock in how best I want it, but I am definitely looking at putting in the primed mods. Definitely looking in and putting in the critical mod that we just talked about, the creeping bullseye, okay, to bring down the fire rate and increase even more critical chance. And then that still leaves me one slot open, which could be for, I would probably venture to say for me, I don't know. I really don't know. I could go with the pummel, but I would probably at this point, because I've got some decent numbers here, I'm going to have the primed heated charge here, or the creeping bullseye in here, the primed mods here, that I will probably put in Seeker. Probably. We could do this as well. Give us the reload chance, the 40% reload with the status chance increase, but that doesn't really do much, so there's no sense in putting in a double at 9 points when I could put in a quick draw at 7 points and get a 48% reload speed, which if you look at that, that brings it down to a 2. So I could probably go ahead and put even the reload speed in there, bypassing the need for Seeker, though I like punch through. You know, a 2 instead of a 3 reload is a big difference, especially on this type of weapon. So as you can see, this is going to take some concepts, but I wanted to put them out there, give you some different ideas of ways that we could go with it. We could go straight up damage, we could go with heavy critical, which we will go heavy critical. You know, we could mix and match a bit if we don't do quick draw, and if you can live with the 3 reload in the clip, you could take your heated charge, you could add in another element here and do a combo element, let's say, you know, corrosive radiation, something like that. You could combo an element in there, that type of stuff. So just some ideas. I'm going to start hitting the former button on this bad boy, and we'll see where it rolls. It's going to take a little while to get there, but I just wanted to lay it out so that way guys have some ideas out there and know that this is the most powerful thing that you'll be able to get in terms of Grakatas, especially since it's a secondary. So you can, you can run a Prisma, you can run a regular, and you can run twins, and let's say you run out of ammo one, it flips right to the other, so you really don't notice a difference anyway. Alright, until the next video, thanks for watching, I'll catch you guys soon.